changed you, and which committees were you passionate about while you were there in college?
Professionally, I think what a management degree does is it gives you a little holistic view. So I had an economics background when I joined in, and obviously the course teaches you multiple things. I've been in hostels for long years, so to that extent, the XIM hostel was just an extension of that the hostel life. So ability to live along, work with different set of people was not new. But what was new was this project related work, ability to collaborate with different sets of people, have different viewpoints, contribute in a group where your views may or may not be heard, and still come out with a final product. So that are things that I think holds you in good stead as you go to the corporate level.
Is this the first time you're coming here to the new campus?
To the new campus, yes.
So, ma'am, how are you liking the new campus?
Well, it's absolutely a different one, the first one. So I obviously don't have any memories of this place. It looks nice, extremely. I like the space, that entire sense of space, and I'm sure it's going to just turn out to be one great place.
Ma'am, which aspect do you think the college needs to work on now?
So this is not XIM specific. I think this is specific for any management institute. When you start your work, you realize that the actual work that you encounter on a day-to-day basis often appears very alien compared to what you have learned. Okay, and that is only because there is a lack of a practical element in what you're studying. I think if you can incorporate more and more short snippets, short modules of practical stories into anything that is taught, it actually should not be something like this. While the immersion course is a good idea, but then it becomes like you have finished some theory and then you are doing a practical, right? What will help is in every single module that you learn, if you can build a practical element to it. Now, while you do case studies, of course, and case studies are often built on the practical thing, but a lot of the case studies are not necessarily in the Indian context. A lot of them while they are good for you to get a framework, I think it is also important if short modules of practical stuff is built in. That will just help a person appreciate what is happening in the real world a little more when they step in. The other thing I would expect is you have a lot of students who have come with work experience. I don't know how much are these people. Now, they have seen some part of the corporate world. I'm not very sure how much of that are they bringing into the discussions. When they talk about a subject, are they talking that this is what I saw in my company and now I realize we could have done it differently? If they are not, I think that should be encouraged.
Ma'am, how has the perception of XIMB changed since the time you graduated?
That's a difficult one. So I'm very proud of XIM. So to that extent, I'm very proud of XIM. I'm very proud of all the people who come out of it. People I hire in my team, at times I set excessively high standards because I'm permanently telling them you can't let the name of XIM down. Okay, so the poor kids, they have no choice but to do something more. I don't think the perception has changed. Finally, it's a good brand name. Now you have a lot of top management in a lot of companies, or at least the second level where you see XIM alumni, which is good. Earlier, if you look at the HR fraternity, you would only see people from other colleges. Though you never saw an XIM person at those levels. I think they are getting there. It is up to each batch when they come in to keep that flag high, because unless every new batch which comes in is raising the bar a little more, it's a very competitive world. It won't take long for it to slip down.
One last question. Which faculty do you miss the most?
Some of our favorite faculty members were Shrikant Das, Barikant Mishra. Of course, when we were all, we were actually scared of them. They used to terrorize all of us. But Raman, I think these are people who set extremely high standards in terms of what you expect, and finally you realize the people who you look back are the ones who stretched you, who forced you to think, who didn't take mediocre things. So, but I mean, those are the top of the mind names that I can recall. But then, of course, we had a lot more.